Hi everybody, it's Allison from Fathom 5 Tarot, and I'm here to do a little bit of a walkthrough first impressions of a new tarot deck. I've been away for a while. I keep saying I'm going to come back and make more videos, and then I don't know, I think it's just this whole pandemic situation and the stress of sort of living daily life and not knowing what the future is going to hold. It's really sort of messed with my motivation in weird ways. In some ways, I'm super motivated to do things, but I just haven't been as motivated to do videos. So I'm going to try and actually do two today. We'll see if I have time. And then we'll go from there. Now, one of the other things that's happened is that my screen is shaking because I've had two new cats come into my life. And the place where I film my videos is the room that we decided to isolate them from my other cat. Oh, you just caught a little glimpse of one there. So this might be a total gong show as they come into the video, because I can't really shut them out of this room because this is where they're used to coming in and having a safe place from my cat and dog. So right now they're being pretty good. So we'll see if we can get through this. So the deck I'm going to be talking about today is brand new to me and brand new to the world. It is the Lonely Dreamer Tarot by Melissa Wotherspoon. And I'm a big fan of her work. She's a fellow Ontarian. And I think this is her third deck. There may be others actually I don't know about. But she did publish the Lowrider Tarot, a 100% Dachshund deck, which I've talked about on this channel, and I'll actually put a link below if you're interested in that video. And then the Aurum Lenormand deck, which is this beautiful little Lenormand deck, just super high quality, super gorgeous. I'll link my talking about that one as well. And this one, what really impresses me about her work is that if you line up the three decks, you'd never guess they were all by the same artist. They're just so different, and she's so talented in a multitude of different art forms and media, it seems. Drawing and painting, and this one is sort of collage composite from existing art. She's just really impressive, and she seems just lovely. I've never met her, but we've had a few conversations back and forth, and it seems really right on. So I'm not great at jumping onto Kickstarters. I never know what's happening. I don't follow things closely enough is the long and short of it. So I managed to get in under the wire on the Lonely Dreamer Tarot. And I'm glad I did, because I don't think she's going to do another print run of this. So if you watch this video and you're interested, she has an Etsy store that I'll link below. You should check it out and get there and get it, because I think this is going to be it. So that is the box, and it is beautiful to touch. Right off the bat, it's super sturdy. It's a magnetic closure on the... I can't do it. On the side here, and there's so much attention to detail, right? Like, just look at how pretty that is right off the bat. I want to read to you what's on the back of the box. Now, this is the Lonely Dreamer Tarot is made up of the art of an artist named Odilon Redon. Odilon Redon? I don't know. I don't know anything about art. It's the one subject I took. Music, I took drama. I didn't take any visual art in high school or beyond. So this artist, while people might be like, oh, I love that artist, this artist is brand new to me. I've never heard of them before I saw this tarot campaign on Kickstarter. Anyway, what it says about him on the back of the box is that he was a troubled child, misunderstood by his parents, and sent to live a solitary childhood with his uncle. Young Odilon would seek out the shadows and sit in darkness, or spend hours gazing at the passing clouds. In this way, a vibrant inner world grew, and Odilon Redon transcribed these visions into art, explored here through the lens of tarot. Odilon Redon, the Lonely Dreamer. So sort of a sad story, but you can see these images, and I'll get to them in a moment, but they're like whimsical and magical, while being really grounded, I think, in a reality. So this is literally my first time going through these cards. I saw the Kickstarter images, but I never delve too deeply. I like to sort of be surprised. Once I know I like the style, then I like to just sort of open it up and discover it for myself. There are two quotations from Redon in the box. One is in the base of the box. So I'm not doing a very good job of showing it. It's tough to work with. But it's got a ribbon. It feels silky and matte, and it's gorgeous. And this quotation is, I await joyous surprises while working, an awakening of the materials that I work with and that my spirit develops. I think that's such a great sentiment for tarot. I'm actually going to talk about this a bit in the other video that I'm planning, but this idea that you start with the material, and this, in my case, it's going to be this tarot deck, and then it awakens something in your spirit, and I'm going to bring something to it as well. I just love that. And then the other quotation is, while I recognize the necessity for a basis of observed reality, true art lies in a reality that is felt. Isn't that beautiful? There's one of my 2 new cats. Hi, honey. I'm just doing a little video right now. There we go. Oh, God. No? Okay, she's down for now. All right, so let's take a look at the cards. Oh, sorry. First, I should say it comes with a little guidebook that fits right into the box. Melissa's a lovely writer, so I'm really looking forward to delving into this. And it's really interesting because the introduction makes reference to the fact that we are all social distancing right now, or physical distancing, I guess, but she uses the word social distancing. And like, what I really like about this is I feel like this is a very specific deck of a very specific time. And while I'm sure she started to work on it before all of this, understanding it through this lens where I'm really having just I don't think I'm having any more struggles than anybody else. And I feel very lucky to live in Canada because things relative to some other places in the world are going pretty well here. But I'm just so interested to have this deck come into my life at this time, because he was solitary, and this, spread this beautiful art, and I need to be motivated, and I want to see what beauty can come from the solitary world. So, like I said, I haven't had a chance to really read this yet, but I will get to it. The cards are gorgeous. Linen, cardstock, beautiful, rich backs. To me, this just screams to be edged like in a burgundy or something, or like a matte gold. I'm really happy it's not gilded. I'm actually not a fan of shiny gilded decks. I do enjoy matte gilded decks, and her, oh no, maybe it's shiny, actually. Her Lenormand deck, the Aurum Lenormand, well, but that's a whole part of the theme of the deck. So that's something different. I don't mind that gilding because it actually continues through the cards. And again, you'll see if you watch that video. But like linen and beautiful, I don't really know about cardstock thickness or whatever, but it feels super sturdy, but it will be great to shuffle, I bet. And gorgeous. So there's a few, I'm just looking, actually that's from the back. So let's go to the front here. So I'm just going to show maybe not all of the images, but some of the images. And again, as I understand, I'm not 100% on this. I should have looked this up first. But I think everything in here is Redon's work, but maybe that's not one of his paintings necessarily, right? It's composited together. I don't think anything has been added other than the text specifically of Melissa Wotherspoon's own artwork. Isn't that, oh, what a gorgeous card. I'm so glad because there's a lot of detail and depth in the cards. I was a bit worried. I tried to pick my time of day so that I would have good enough lighting to have it come across. Beautiful. Empress. I love this Emperor. Hierophant. Oh, actually, I've really picked a good time of day. These colors are really popping on screen, which I'm so glad about because upon first glance, the cards, well, for somebody like me who needs reading glasses, perhaps, the cards at the beginning of the deck looked a bit dark, but just give your eyes a minute and these colors will spring out of the cards. Chariot. Strength. You can see how they're just sort of mystical. All of them sort of have this magic and this inner glow that's just stunning. Wheel of Fortune. Oh, I mentioned in an earlier video about how just a lot of Justice cards It's not a card that really draws me in necessarily, but this one does. The Hanged Man. Like, look at just the colors, the blues and the golds, and I love this death card. And in some ways, I can't even really describe what it is immediately that I love about it. It really speaks to me. And look at this card. So this card looks almost entirely black, but look at the dimension and I just think it's so cool. And oh, that's a good example of the linen texture. You can really see the linen finish there. A great tower card. Like, it just seems like a, it almost reminds me, so sort of a weird thing to say, but of the richness of the Baba Studios deck, the Bohemian Gothic. I feel like there's a lot of that richness here as well. Isn't that beautiful? I love that one. I gotta have a good moon card. If I don't love the moon card, then I don't want that deck. Judgment. The World. Now, as much as I love the majors, I think I love the minors even more. I just, this wand suit is so fabulous. Well, they all are, though, I think. Again, from what I saw from the thumbnails on the Kickstarter. And really, this is my first time entirely through the deck. I'm quite clumsy, and I feel self-conscious a bit on camera about taking up time, so I try to take off the plastic. If you're interested, it came with a plastic sleeve, or not a whole sleeve, but just like a little band around the cards, which I really like. It's a great 5 of Wands. I don't like, I like it when creators minimize plastic where they can. I love the echoing of the watching faces in the 5 and 6 of Wands. Now, the 8 of Wands, this is, I think, a perfect summing up of this creator. So I don't know the whole story because, again, I came to the Kickstarter quite late. But, so 8 of Wands, spider. But then she's like, oh, I know people don't like spiders. So I'll give you a different 8 of Wands, which is just so great. And I do actually think I prefer this one. I really hate spiders, but that's not the reason. I'm trying to get over. I think they can be such a valuable symbol, and they're actually super important in nature, and they get such a bad rap. But I just love the color. I'm a huge fan of horses. I love the colors of the different wands in the deck, in this card. So I do think it is my preference, but I want to be clear that I'm not trying to hate on the spider there. 9, 10, page, night. Oh, look at the sky in there. Queen, king. Oops. And we're into the cups. I'm sorry I don't have a better setup for showing cards. I don't have a separate camera to turn around, so I'm sure at some point someone will do a better walkthrough than this, but I just wanted to share and talk to everybody. And just the way, I want to say the way it's lit. I'm sure there's a better way to describe it in an art term, but the way the light comes out of these cards I find is so cool. I love this 8 of Cups. You can see, I mean, this woman knows her tarot. Like, if you can make an entire Dachshund tarot deck, then you know the essence of the cards, and you'd be amazed when you look through that deck how beautifully she's captured it just with the dogs. So sweet. I love that Page of Cups too. Oh, so cool. The Knight of Cups is a centaur. Whoops. Queen and king. We're into the swords. Super important suit. Well, like one suit is more important than the other. But I always think the swords are the butt kickers of the deck. Look at that. Look at that. Gorgeous. Swords. It's the 5. One thing that may not be translating, I'll try to say out the numbers because while the numbers are perfectly clear to me, maybe they're harder to read on the computer screen. Isn't that gorgeous? And I love the script of the text. I love the different placement on the cards for the text. I really like it when artists do that. And I don't even really know why I like it, but it's like it becomes part of the artwork. You choose the best part of the card to put the text. 9 of Swords, all masked up. 10 of Swords. And I don't know if Redon's work, one of the qualities of it was that you had these faded out images in the background, or if that's Melissa Wotherspoon's contribution. Again, it's not an artist that I was familiar with. And maybe I'm going to learn from the comments. Everyone's like, oh my God, how can you not have you heard of Picasso or whatever? Check out this Queen of Swords. And look at this. And then we're into the Pentacles. I love that ace too. And the 2. And the 3. Isn't that cool? I love the different sizes of the people on that card. And the 4. The 5 of Pentacles is, this image is reflected on the inside flap of the box. And again, look at that color variation. It's just so great. 6. 7. 8. Oop, there we go. 9. Isn't that a great 9 of Pentacles? Oh, I love it. I love the abundance there. And look at this one. Just one of the things I've heard sometimes from people who are just getting into tarot is they struggle to differentiate between the 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles because they have similar sort of feels to them. But in this deck, I think that she's captured that difference beautifully. I love that Knight too. I love the Knight of Pentacles card. I love the way people, I love the Anna Kay interpretation and like doing her practical material work. And the King. And then there are some extra cards. So we have the Dreamer, which is so beautiful. Oh, I could gaze at that for days. The Seeker. The Guardian Spirit. I love that. Oh, so cool, little sailboat at the bottom of the ocean. Oops. L'Ombre. And then this gorgeous art card. Choose your adventure. So, I'm really excited to delve into this. Again, I'm a huge fan of this artist. You should check out her, if this is your first introduction to her, you should check out her Etsy shop and see what else she has on offer. And I'm really excited to see where she goes as an artist. Just because, again, she's so talented in such a multifaceted way. So I hope you enjoyed that. This is the Lonely Dreamer Tarot by Melissa Wotherspoon. And I think it's going to be awesome. It's just so magical and deep and oh, it's beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you have a great day and we'll talk to you again soon.